Jesus realized one thing, that people were not his number one priority. Oh, sure, people are a priority, but they were not his number one priority. Jesus came to bring salvation to the people of the world. That was his goal, but it was not his priority. Jesus shows us that his number one priority was his relationship to God. A lot of us say we doing church work, or we doing things for the church, or we doing things for the kingdom. But the question is your priority still God? See, a lot of people get caught up in themselves. I preached this great message. I did this. I did that. I helped this person. I counseled this person. I helped this sister. I helped this brother. I fed the homeless. I did this and I did that. But my question is, what is your relationship with the Father? Because in the end, that's all that's going to matter, is your relationship with him. What was his priority? Well, we see it here, and whenever else he escapes people. The reason he departs from the crowd and goes to deserted places is because his priority was his relationship with the Lord. Jesus knew that he could not serve the people if he was not filled with the presence of God. And the only way you get the presence of God is by being with God. There is no other way. There's no magic pill. There's no magic fast. There's no magic prayer. There is you and God spending time with each other, whether it's reading in his word, whether it's sitting quiet and still and meditating on him, whether it's praying to him. That is the way you build your relationship with God. As an example, we flip forward to Luke 6 and 12. The day before Jesus makes his very important decision on picking his 12 apostles, rather than get a good night of sleep, he spends all night in prayer. Now it came to pass in those days that he went into the mountain to pray and continued all night in prayer to God. Jesus, whenever he faces an important decision, whenever he has just finished a long and grueling day, spends extra time with God. Why? Because he knows where to go to get re-energized. He knows that his number one priority is his relationship with the Lord. Everything else is worthless, and it all has to fall in line with each other. No matter what Jesus did, he always went back and spent time with the Father, because he knew his purpose in life was to preach the gospel to the people. But he knew it was going to be ineffective if his relationship with his heavenly Father was not right. A lot of us lose focus. We think that us being busy and keeping busy, being at the church every time the doors are open, or being seen as this super spiritual person walking through the supermarket, handing out tracts saying hallelujah, laying hands on folk, trying to raise chickens from the dead, doing all kinds of stuff, bringing fame and fortune to yourself. None of it means anything if your relationship with him is not right. The number one priority of Jesus was his relationship with God. And so he spends lots of time communicating with God through reading the Bible, or through what he would read is the Old Testament scriptures, and praying. All relationship development depends on communications. How many people in here have ever been in a relationship with somebody and had bad communication? If you have bad communications in a relationship with somebody, I guarantee you have a bad relationship. If you and your kids don't communicate, you have a bad relationship. That's why as parents, we must not allow our kids to go off to themselves and not engage with them and not communicate with them. But my question to you is, how much time away from here do you spend with God? If you don't know your purpose, start today spending 15 minutes alone with God, whether it's in prayer or just reading his word, and ask God what your purpose in life is. Stand to your feet. What is your God-given purpose? Do you know? Have you ever thought about it? If it ever seems like your life is missing something, if it ever seems like your life lacks significance, most of this is probably due to the fact that you do not know what your purpose is. Jesus' purpose was to preach. This was also the purpose of the apostles. And as your pastor, I know this is my purpose. But preaching is not everybody's purpose. Each of you have a unique given purpose from God, which only you can fulfill. Each of you should seek to discover what that purpose is and live it. Life will stand. Life will not be complete until you do. If you want to know your God-given purpose, you must first have to know what the good news of Jesus Christ is. So do you want to know your purpose in life? Make God your priority. One more time. I came across this story and I thought it interesting. In 1963, the University Christian Church in New York City closed their doors, never again to reopen, and put a sign on the door which said, "Gone out of business," because we didn't know what our business was. If a church is going to succeed, it needs to be filled with people who know their business, who know their purpose in life. Billy Sunday, famous early 20th century evangelist, great baseball player turned evangelist, said that more men fail through the lack of purpose than the lack of talent. Each and every one of us has talent and a gift and abilities, but waste them and fail at life because we lack purpose and priorities. Jesus knew both his purpose and priorities, and so completely fulfilled God's plan for his life. My prayer for each one of you is that you will discover what your purpose is and will make the necessary adjustments in your priorities to fulfill that purpose.